Hi everyone, this is CHB Agarwal and today I'll be discussing further parts of the chapter, the Indian Contract Act 1872 Unit 1. So I'll be continuing with proposal offer, that is section 2A of the Indian Contract Act 1872. Before this I have covered Indian Contract Act Unit 1 in brief in the first two videos, nature of contract, in which I have discussed regarding what is a contract, then difference between agreement and a contract, essentials of a valid contract, and the types of contract. So now I will be starting with further in this chapter, and in this video I'll be winding up this unit. Okay, let's start. Definition of offer proposal. So, what is offer and proposal as per the definition which is given in Section 2A of the Indian Contract Act 1872? It states when one person signifies to another his willingness to do or abstain from doing anything with a view to obtaining the assent of the other to such act or subsistence, he is said to make a proposal. So, according to definition, when one person his signifies to another his willingness to do or abstain from doing something, okay, in a view to obtain the assent of that other or to such act of subsistence, he is said to make a proposal. So we'll be seeing this definition in detail. So we'll be breaking it into essentials of a proposal. The first is the person making the proposal or offer is called the promiser or offerer. तो जो person proposal दे रहा है उसको promiser बोलते हैं या फिर offerer बोलते हैं. The person to whom the offer is made is called the offeree and the person accepting the offer is known as the promisee or the acceptor. Okay, clear? Now second thing, for a valid offer, the party making it must express his willingness to do or not to do something. तो एक वैलिड ऑफर के लिए जो पार्टी है उसको एक्सप्रेस करना पड़ेगा हिज विलिंगनेस टू डू और नॉट टू डू समथिंग. नॉट टू डू समथिंग इज ऑल्सो एन एक्ट. ओके, सो देयर मस्ट बी एन एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ विलिंगनेस टू डू और नॉट टू डू समथिंग बाय द नॉट टू डू सम एक्ट बाय द ऑफरर. Example, A willing to sell his goods at certain price to B. So this is a willingness act, expression of willingness. A is willing not to dance in a competition if B pays him certain amount of money. So this is a expression of willingness not to do something. That is abstain from doing. The willingness must be expressed in with a view to obtain the assent of the other party to whom the offer is made. जो ऑफर दिया जाता है उसका अल्टीमेट एम है टू ऑब्टेन द असेंट ऑफ द अदर पार्टी, उसकी एक्सेप्टेंस को लेना. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, where A tells B that he desires to marry by end of 2022, it does not constitute an offer of marriage by A to B. Therefore, to constitute a valid offer, expression of willingness must be to obtain the assent of the other. Thus, in above example, A further adds, "Will you marry me?" It will constitute an offer. ठीक है, मतलब अगले की जो असेंट है, एक्सेप्टेंस है, वो लेने का मोटिव होना चाहिए फॉर it to be called an offer. Fourth is, an offer can be positive as well as negative. Thus, doing is a positive act and not doing or abstinence is a negative act. Nonetheless, both these acts have same effect in the eyes of law. तो कुछ करना, that is a positive act, that will also constitute an offer, और कुछ नहीं करना, that is abstinence, the negative act, that will also constitute an offer. Example, A offers to sell his car to B for rupees 3 lakh in an act of doing. So in this case, A is making an offer to B. When A asks B after his car meets an accident with B's scooter not to go to the court and he will pay the repair charges to B for the damages to B's scooter, it is an act of not doing or abstinence. ठीक है, तो kinds of offer. Now we have seen what is an offer, essentials of an offer or proposal according to the definition. अब हम देखते हैं kinds of offer. Kinds of offer में 2 टाइप्स से डिवाइड किया गया है, हाउ मेड टू होम मेड. हाउ मेड में एक्सप्रेस ऑफर होता है और एक इम्प्लाइड ऑफर होता है. टू होम मेड जनरल ऑफर और स्पेसिफिक ऑफर. अब क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ ऑफर देखते हैं. एन ऑफर कैन बी क्लासिफाइड एज जनरल ऑफर, स्पेशल, स्पेसिफिक ऑफर, क्रॉस ऑफर, काउंटर ऑफर, स्टैंडिंग, ओपन, कंटिन्यूइंग ऑफर. ठीक है, अब इसको हम डिटेल में देखते हैं कि वन बाय वन व्हाट इज़ द मीनिंग ऑफ ऑल दीज. जनरल ऑफर, it is an offer made to public at large and hence anyone can accept and do the desired act. Carlyle versus Carbotic Smokeball Company. In terms of Section 8 of the Act, anyone performing the conditions of the offer can be considered to have accepted the offer until the general offer is retracted or withdrawn. It can be accepted by anyone at any time as a continuing offer. ठीक है, तो जो जनरल ऑफ़र है वो पब्लिक को किया जाता है और वो ऑफ़र तब एक्सेप्ट माना जाता है व्हेन यू हैव परफॉर्म द कंडीशंस ऑफ द ऑफ़र. एक केस लॉ है कार्लाइल वर्सेस कार्बोलिक स्मॉल कंपनी. इसके फैक्ट्स देख लेते हैं. इन द फेमस केस कार्बोलिक स्मॉल बॉल कंपनी एडवर्टाइज्ड इन सेवरल न्यूज़पेपर्स दैट अ रिवॉर्ड ऑफ €100 वुड बी गिवन टू एनी पर्सन who contracted influenza after using the smoke ball produced by Carbolic Small Ball Company. According to the printed directions, one lady, Miss Carroll, used the smoke ball as per the directions of the company and even then suffered from influenza. Held she could recover the amount as by using the smoke ball, he had accepted the offer. तो ये एक ऑफ़र है जो कि जनरल पब्लिक को लार्ज दिया गया था. दिस इज़ अ जनरल ऑफ़र. अब देखते हैं स्पेशल और स्पेसिफिक ऑफ़र क्या होता है. When the offer is made to a specific or to an ascertained person, it is known as a specific offer. Specific offer can be accepted only by that specific person to whom the offer is made. तो अगर किसी एक स्पेसिफिक पर्सन को या ए सर्टन पर्सन को ऑफ़र किया जाता है, दैट इज़ नोन एज अ स्पेसिफिक ऑफ़र और अ स्पेशल ऑफ़र. एग्जाम्पल है बोल्टन वर्सेस जोन्स केस. अब एक एग्जाम्पल देख लेते हैं. A offers to sell his car to B at a certain cost. This is a specific offer because that specific person is B over here. Now the cross offer. Cross offer क्या होता है? When two parties exchange identical offers in ignorance at the time of each other's offers. The offers are called cross offers. There is no binding contract in such a case because offer made by a person cannot be construed as acceptance of the other offer. जब दो क्रॉस ऑफर्स पार्टी एक दूसरे को ऑफ़र करती हैं, मतलब इन एक्सचेंज आइडेंटिकल ऑफर्स इन इग्नोरेंस ऑफ ईच अदर ऑफर, तो उसको क्रॉस ऑफर बोलते हैं. एग्जाम्पल से ज़्यादा क्लियर होगा. If A makes a proposal to B to sell his car for 2 lakhs and B, without knowing the proposal of A, makes an offer to purchase the same car at rupees 2 lakhs from A, it is not an acceptance. As B was aware of the proposal made by A, was not aware, it is only a cross proposal. When two persons make offer for each other, it cannot be treated as a mutual acceptance. अब इसमें एक दूसरे के ऑफ़र का इग्नोरेंस होता है. ए ने ऑफ़र किया बी को कि 2 लाख में मेरी कार परचेज़ कर लो. बी ने ऑफ़र किया कि 2 लाख में मुझे बेच दो. बट दे आर नॉट अवेयर ऑफ ईच अदर ऑफर. तो अगर इन्होंने एक दूसरे को ये सेम ऑफ़र किया है, दैट डजेंट मीन दैट द ऑफ़र विल बी एक्सेप्टेड. दीज विल बी 2 ऑफर्स, द क्रॉस ऑफर्स. ओके, अब आते हैं अगले पे, दैट इज़ द काउंटर ऑफर. When the offeree offers to qualified acceptance of offer subject to modifications and variations in the terms of the original offer, he is said to have made a counter offer. Counter offer amounts to rejection of the original offer. It is also called a conditional acceptance. तो जब एक ऑफ़र के ऊपर एक और ऑफ़र होता है तो दिस इज़ अनदर काइंड ऑफ ऑफ़र जिसमें जो पहला ऑफ़र होता है उसको रिजेक्टेड मान लिया जाता है. For example, A offers to sell his plot to B for 10 lakhs. B agrees to buy it for 8 lakhs. It amounts to counter offer. It will result in termination of the offer of A. If later on B agrees to buy the plot for 10 lakhs, A may refuse A. So this is known as the counter offer. Okay. Now another kind of offer is standing or continuing or open offer. An offer which is allowed to remain open for acceptance over a period of time is known as standing or continuing or open offer. Tenders that are invited for supply of goods is a kind of standing offer. तो जो ऑफ़र है जो कि अभी ओपन है ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, दैट इज़ नोन एज अ स्टैंडिंग और कंटिन्यूइंग ऑफ़र. ओके, दीज वर द काइंड ऑफ ऑफ़र. अब आ जाते हैं एसेंशियल्स ऑफ अ वैलिड ऑफ़र. व्हाट आर द एसेंशियल्स ऑफ अ वैलिड ऑफ़र, जिसमें हम ऑफ़र को वैलिड मानते हैं. पहला, इट मस्ट बी केपेबल ऑफ क्रिएटिंग लीगल रिलेशनशिप्स. पहला एसेंशियल फैक्टर है, इट मस्ट बी केपेबल ऑफ क्रिएटिंग लीगल रिलेशनशिप. ऑफर मस्ट बी सच as in law is capable of being accepted and giving rise to legal relationship. If the offer does not intend to give rise to legal consequences and creating legal relationship, it is not considered as valid in the eyes of law. A social invitation, even if it is accepted, does not create legal relegation because it is not so intended. तो अगर कोई ऑफ़र है वो लीगल कॉन्सिक्वेंस को राइज नहीं दे रहा है, दैट इज़ नॉट क्रिएटिंग लीगल रिलेशनशिप, देन इट इज़ नॉट अ वैलिड ऑफर. A invited B on his birthday party. B accepted the proposal, but B reached the venue. B found that A was not there. He filed a suit against A for recovery of the travelling expenses incurred by him to join the birthday party. Held such an invitation did not create a legal relationship between it is a society activity, hence B does not succeed. तो ये हाँ legal relation नहीं बन रहा है, hence it's a not a valid offer. It must be certain, definite and not vague. Second characteristic है, it must be certain, definite and not vague. If the terms of an offer are vague or indefinite, its acceptance cannot create a contractual relationship. कुछ भी वेग नहीं होना चाहिए, कुछ भी confusing नहीं होना चाहिए, क्लियर होना चाहिए. A offers to sell B 100 quintals of oil. There is nothing whatever to show what kind of oil was intended. The offer is not capable of being accepted for want of the certainty. ठीक है, अगला देते हैं. It must be communicated to the offeree. An offer to be complete must be communicated to the person to whom it is made. Otherwise, there can be no acceptance of it. Unless an offer is communicated, there can be no acceptance by it. An acceptance of an offer in ignorance of the offer is not acceptance and does not confer any right on the acceptor. तो जो ऑफ़र है वो कम्युनिकेट करना ज़रूरी है. अगर कम्युनिकेट नहीं हुआ है देन दैट इज़ नॉट कंसिडर्ड टू बी एन ऑफ़र. एक केस है इसमें, लैंडमार्क केस, लालवन शुक्ला वर्सेस गौरी दत्त. इसमें क्या था, जी दैट इज़ गौरी दत्त सेंट हिज सर्वेंट एल लालमन टू ट्रेस हिज मिसिंग नेफ्यू. ही देन अनाउंस दैट एनीबडी हु ट्रेस हिज नेफ्यू वुड बी इंटाइटल्ड टू अ सर्टन रिवॉर्ड. एल ट्रेस द बॉय इन इग्नोरेंस ऑफ दिस अनाउंसमेंट. Subsequently, when he came to know of the reward, he claimed it. Held he was not entitled to the reward as he did not know the offer. उसको ऑफर ही नहीं पता था तो वो एंटाइटल्ड भी नहीं है अवार्ड क्लेम करने के. दिस वॉज द लैंडमार्क केस. अगला है, इट मस्ट बी मेड विद द व्यू टू ऑब्टेनिंग द असेंट ऑफ द अदर पार्टी. ऑफर मस्ट बी मेड विद द व्यू ऑफ ऑब्टेनिंग द असेंट ऑफ द अदर पार्टी, एड्रेस्ड एंड नॉट मेयरली विद द व्यू टू डिस्क्लोजिंग द इंटेंशन ऑफ मेकिंग एन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफर. उसका इंटेंशन होना चाहिए अगली पार्टी की असेंट लेना, तभी वो एक वैलिड ऑफर होगा. इट मस्ट बी कंडीशनल. 0.5, एन ऑफर कैन बी सब्जेक्ट टू एनी टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस बाय द ऑफरर. इट मे बी कंडीशनल. तो कंडीशंस हो सकती है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, ऑफरर में आस्क फॉर पेमेंट ऑफ RTGS नेफ्ट बाय पेमेंट बाय RTGS नेफ्ट. द ऑफरी विल हैव टू एक्सेप्ट ऑल द टर्म्स ऑफ ऑफर, अदरवाइज द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट विल बी इनवैलिड. अगला है, offer should not contain a term the non-compliance of which would amount to acceptance. ठीक है, ऑफर में ऐसा कोई टर्म नहीं होना चाहिए जिसकी नॉन कंप्लायंस का मतलब है एक्सेप्टेंस. दस वन कैन नॉट से दैट इफ एक्सेप्टेंस इज नॉट कम्युनिकेटेड बाय अ सर्टेन टाइम द ऑफर वुड बी कंसिडर्ड एज एक्सेप्टेड. अब ये नहीं कि इतने समय तक ऑफर नहीं एक्सेप्ट किया तो वो हम एक्सेप्टेड मान लेंगे. दिस इज़ नॉट द केस. ऑफर कैन नॉट बी टर्म्ड एज cannot contain a term the non-compliance of which would amount to acceptance. For example, A proposes B to purchase his Android mobile for 5,000 and if he not reply by him in a week, he would assume that B has accepted the offer. It would not result into a contract. तो ये एक ऐसा चीज़ है जो कि वैलिड नहीं है. अगला आ जाता है, द ऑफर मे बी ईदर स्पेसिफिक और जनरल. ये ऑलरेडी वी हैव डिस्कस्ड कि ऑफर जो है वो पब्लिक को कर सकते हैं एट लार्ज, दैट विल बी जनरल ऑफर, या फिर एक स्पेसिफिक पर्सन को कर सकते हैं जो कि एक स्पेसिफिक पर्सन की तरफ डायरेक्टेड होगा. Next is the offer may be express or implied. An offer may be either made by words or it may be made by conduct. For example, a boy starts cleaning the car as it stops on the traffic signal without being asked to do so. In such circumstances, any reasonable man could guess that he expects to be paid. Here, boy makes an implied offer. Offer is different from a mere statement of intention and invitation to offer, a mere communication of information, a prospectus and advertisement. ठीक है, तो इन सब में डिफरेंस है. देखते हैं क्या. अ स्टेटमेंट ऑफ इंटेंशन एंड अनाउंसमेंट. अ स्टेटमेंट ऑफ इंटेंशन एंड अनाउंसमेंट क्या है? अ फादर wrote his son about his wish of making him the owner of all his property is mere a statement of his intention. This is not an offer. An announcement to give scholarship to children scoring more than 95% in 12th board is not an offer. It is a statement, announcement. Offer must be distinguished from an answer to a question. Harvey versus Facey. In this case, Privy Council succinctly explained the distinction between an offer and an invitation to offer. In the given case, the plaintiffs, through a telegram, asked the defendants two questions, namely, will you sell us bumper hall pen and telegraph lower cash price? The defendant replied through the telegram that the lowest price for bumper hall pen is 900. The plaintiff sent another telegram stating, we agree to buy bumper hall pen at 900. However, the defendants refused to sell the property at the price. The plaintiff sued the defendants, contending that they had made an offer to sell the property at euro 900 and therefore they are bound by the offer. However, the Privy Council did not agree with the plaintiff on the ground that plaintiff had asked two questions. The defendant replied only to second question by quoting the price, but reserves their answer with regard to the willingness to sell. Thus, they made no offer at all. The lordships held that the mere statement of the lowest price would sell to the complainant no implied contract to sell the person who inquired about the price. The above decision was followed in Mac Pearson versus Apanna, where the owner of the property has said that he would not accept less than $6,000 for it. The statement did not indicate any offer but indicated only an invitation to offer. तो जो invitation to offer है और offer में difference होता है, इस केस में जो कि अभी हमने पढ़ा, इसमें उन्होंने एक टेलीग्राम के थ्रू पूछा था कि क्या आप बम्पर हॉल पेन हमें बेचोगे और उसका लोएस्ट कैश प्राइस आप हमें बताओ. उन्होंने कैश प्राइस बताया. इसका ये मतलब नहीं कि वो उनको ऑफ़र कर रहे हैं कि वो इतने में सेल कर देंगे. सो इट इज़ जस्ट एन इन्विटेशन टू एन ऑफर. इट इज़ नॉट एन ऑफर. फिर है अ स्टेटमेंट ऑफ प्राइस इज़ नॉट एन ऑफर. कोटिंग द प्राइस ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट डज नॉट कॉन्स्टिट्यूट एन ऑफर. रिफर केस ऑफ हार्वी वर्सेस फेसी एज डिस्कस्ड अबव. अगर कोई प्राइस कोट कर रहा है अपने गुड्स का, दैट डज नॉट मीन दैट पर्सन इज कोटिंग एन ऑफर. The price of the goods does not constitute an offer for sale of certain goods on the listed price. It is an invitation to offer. An invitation to make an offer to do business. In case of an invitation to make an offer, the person making the invitation does not make an offer, rather invites the other person to make an offer. His objective is to send out the invitation that he is willing to deal with any person who, on the basis of such invitation, is ready to enter into a contract with him. An advertisement for sale of goods by auction is an invitation to the offer. It merely invites offers bidders made at the auction. So, invitation to make an offer to do business is different from an offer. When goods are sold through auction, the auctioneer does not contract with anyone who attends the sale. The auction is only an advertisement to sell, but the items are not put to sale through persons who have come to the auction, may have intention to purchase. Similar decision was given in the case of Harris versus Nickerson. अब आ जाते हैं. अब सिमिलरली prospectus issued by the company is only an invitation to public to make an offer to subscribe to the securities of the company. नेक्स्ट है अ स्टेटमेंट ऑफ प्राइस इज़ नॉट एन ऑफर. ये हम देख चुके हैं. नाउ व्हाट इज़ एन इन्विटेशन टू ऑफर? एन ऑफर वुड बी डिस्टिंग्विश फ्रॉम एन इन्विटेशन टू ऑफर. एन ऑफर इज़ डेफिनेट एंड केपेबल ऑफ कन्वर्टिंग एन इंटेंशन इनटू अ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. ठीक है, वो एक इंटेंशन को कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में बदल सकता है ऑफर. वेयर एज एन इन्विटेशन टू ऑफर इज़ ओनली अ circulation of an offer इट इज़ एन अटेम्प्ट टू इंड्यूस ऑफर्स एंड प्रिसीड अ डिफिनिट ऑफर. ठीक है. An invitation to offer is an act precedent to make an offer. Acceptance of an invitation to offer does not result into a contract and only an offer emerges in the process of negotiation. तो पहले इन्विटेशन टू ऑफर स्टेज है ऑफर के भी पहले का. ठीक है. इसमें एक इन्विटेशन जाता है टू मेक एन ऑफर. इट इज़ नॉट कि अगर वो इन्विटेशन टू ऑफर आपका एग्जीक्यूट हो जाता है तो एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में तब्दील हो जाएगा. नो, इट विल बी ऑन ऑफर देयर आफ्टर एंड देन इट विल बी अ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. When a person advertises that he has stock of books to sell or houses to let, there is no offer to be bound by a contract. Such advertisements are offers to negotiate to an offer or an invitation to offer. The test would be intentional with such a statement is made. Does the person who makes the statement intend to bound by it as soon as it is accepted? Further, he becomes bound by it. ठीक है. अब आ जाते हैं डिफरेंस बिटवीन ऑफर एंड इनविटेशन टू ऑफर. हमने ऑलरेडी देख लिया है इसके बारे में. हम टेबल पे आ जाते हैं डायरेक्टली. ऑफर इनविटेशन टू ऑफर मीनिंग सेक्शन 2A ऑफ द एक्ट. एन ऑफर इज़ अ फाइनल एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ द विलिंगनेस बाय द ऑफरर टू बी बाइंड बाय द ऑफर शुड एक्सेप्ट द अदर पर्सन चूजिंग टू एक्सेप्ट इट. इन्विटेशन टू ऑफर क्या है? Where a party without expressing his final willingness proposes certain terms on which he is willing to negotiate. He does not make an offer but only invites other person to make an offer. Intention of the parties. If the person who makes the statement has the intention to be bound by it as soon as the other person accepts it, he is making an offer. If a person has intention to negotiating the terms, it is called invitation to offer. Sequence. An offer cannot be an act of precedence to an invitation to offer. An invitation to offer is always an act of precedence to offer. So this was regarding difference between offer and invitation to offer. This was regarding the offer. After that we have acceptance. I think I will be covering it in the next video, otherwise it would be long. So in next video I'll be covering about acceptance, then communication of offer and acceptance, and communication of performance, revocation of offer and acceptance, and then finally this unit will come to an end. I hope these videos you're finding helpful. Please let me know in the comments what do you want me to change, or is there any question you want to ask, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.